8 years ago, we noticed, with the privilege of our front row seat working with our clients, that the forces that were buffeting them were not economic forces. They weren't, are we heading for a boom, are we heading for a bust? They were forces that related to supply chain, geopolitical issues, or labor market issues. These forces were affecting every business and every industry, and it wasn't just a force on its own causing that impact. It was the layering of these disruptive forces on top of each other, turning a rolling sea into a choppy sea. The main survival skill of a CEO today is how to navigate and steer their ship through those choppy waters.
This year's Disruption Index results are really interesting. It's a bit of a paradox. On the one hand, executives are reporting that they're experiencing more frequent disruption, and on the other hand, they're more confident that their organizations can tackle those disruptions. Executives have invested a lot of energy in building flexibility into their businesses. Financial flexibility to have access to capital, operational flexibility so that they can deal with changes in their business environment, and organizational flexibility so that the people in the company can adapt and react quickly to those disruptions when they occur. In terms of risks of disruption, there are really two that bubbled up this year. The first is cybersecurity. About half of executives have indicated that's a top risk issue, and that is up 20 percentage points. And then a second one is supply chain. So also about half of executives cite that as a top risk issue, and that's up by 14 percentage points. And we think that what's underpinning that is concerns about tariffs, trade wars, trade restrictions, and then geopolitical conflicts that restrict the flow of goods.
The best companies are recognizing the need to change their business models. They're recognizing the need to invest in transformative acquisitions and divestments. And I don't just mean buying new things, I actually mean recognizing the need to dispose of non-core assets, which is as critical. But then there's also the investment into technology, investment into AI, and seeing how that is going to help their business to grow.
What we've learned in these disrupted times is that the companies that do well try and become the disruptor. They're bold, they take action, they adapt their business models to the conditions and develop a resilience as a leadership team. And so the days of just being defensive in the management of risk, I think, are over. Companies and executives are getting more used to it. They're less anxious. They feel that they're more in control of their own responses, and that's part of a permanent adaptation to a new landscape for business.